Hey fam, today we wanted to talk about next-gen consoles and which one has our best interests at heart when it comes to exclusive titles. One of the biggest pros of buying a PlayStation versus an Xbox has always been the exclusives. But the times, they are changing. Whether or not you like to admit it, PlayStation has always put out more and arguably better exclusives. But like we said, Microsoft is finally stepping up its game, quite literally. They've acquired a ton of new studios to work on their exclusives. How many studios, you ask? 16. They have 16 studios working on a ton of exclusives that we assume they'll show us during the Xbox Game Showcase tomorrow, Thursday, July 23rd. But speaking of exclusives, Sony has decided to keep PS5 exclusives away from the PS4. This means that games like Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart will only be available on next-gen consoles. Is that a smart move? Some will say no, and others will say yes. Those who say hell no are likely the people who don't mind playing new titles with downgraded graphics if it means they don't have to shell out hundreds for a new console. Whereas the ones who say, why yes, it is, are likely the folks who want to enjoy their new games in their full glory and full resolution. Because otherwise, why in the hell are you paying so much for a game? And seemingly, Microsoft has taken on the role of good guy in this debate. They're going to let fans play next-gen exclusives on both the Xbox One and Xbox Series X. This is great news for anyone who doesn't have the money to buy a new console. But the downside, like we mentioned earlier, is that the quality of the game and the player's overall experience will suffer if they play on an older console. The developer's true masterpiece won't get a chance to shine. But hey, that could be a reason why you choose Microsoft over Sony. But to play the devil's advocate, sometimes you need tough love and guidance to get the best out of life. And isn't that what Sony is doing? It's pushing us towards the future and showing us the leap in quality they've made from the outset. It'll cost the gamer more, but then the entire PS5 experience will be there from the start. A prime example, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart. It'll be available on the PS5 and only the PS5, because it needs the console's SSD to really perform the way it was meant to perform. For example, if you played it on a PS4, jumping between 3 to 4 game portals would take about 15 seconds of loading time, whereas on the PS5, the jump would be instantaneous. Is the pain of waiting really worth it? Now, haters will definitely say that if more people buy the PS5, it's because Sony forced them to do it. Whereas if Microsoft sells more, it's because they're doing a better job. But it just depends on how you look at the situation. So, what console and what philosophy do you support? Sony's or Microsoft's? Let us know in the comments, and see you next time.